and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. These words of prayer from the Lord's Prayer in Matthew 6 are perhaps the most controversial ones of all in this prayer. Many people ask themselves, what kind of God is this who leads people into temptation, in effect inciting them to do evil? I understand when people say, I want nothing to do with a God like that. I would understand such reaction if one had to attribute to God this love of death that resonates in such an understanding of the Lord's Prayer. But God is not in love with death. Quite the opposite. God is in love with life. Why else would God have raised Christ and thus brought us all into life with him? But how then are we to understand these words of prayer? Attempts have been made to slightly alter the text, for example, and lead us in the temptation. In terms of content, this would be appropriate, but I prefer to stick with the old traditional text and place it in the context of what I know from the Bible. And there it is clear. The first part of the request can only be understood in leading to the second part. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Yes, temptation exists, but we can trustingly ask God to deliver us from it, because God is a God of life, because God loves his creation, because God created it out of love. Therefore, we can hope that God will help us to refocus ourselves on this love. Yes, God, you do not lead us into temptation, but you deliver us from evil. In this we trust. Go blessed and guarded by God into this week.